Well, hello there, you delightful individuals, you absolute exquisite human beings. Welcome on in, welcome on in. Gather round, gather round. We've got lots of fun things going on today. Yes, you glorious individuals, it is Wednesday, our usual short form day, and we are, of course, playing horror games and stuff today. But today it's going to be slightly different. Today it's going to be slightly different because although we have not yet completed Ad Infinitum, which is a game that we have been playing on the Wednesdays before my computer completely broke down and went kaput. Today, I said that in October we would play a game by one of the community members. So a community member who is also a developer has created this game called 20 Doors. So I was waiting for them to put it on sale. But what they ended up doing instead of putting it on sale was just slashing the price of it permanently. It literally is half price. It was like went from like £30 to like 15 quid. And I believe if I do this first, turn on the actual bot so that it actually works. And then if I do this, yeah, the game was actually made. So the game was made by Malingo, who is a member of the community, a glorious individual who's popped by. They pop by and say hello every so often. They're a glorious human being, and yeah, they sent me a copy of the game, which is very, very kind of them. So we've got like a review copy of the game, which we're going to go through today and stuff like that. So it's going to be great and wonderful and spectacular. So we will do Ad Infinitum, but we'll finish that next week. We've only got like a little bit to go, if I remember correctly. So we'll finish that next week. While we play 20 Doors today, so that I can give back to at least one member of this community where I can be like, hey, you support me in all the things that you do. I really appreciate you you doing that. Allow me to support them. Allow me to support you. Do you know what I mean? I like to do that. I like to bring back some of the joys of stuff like that. So, you know.
Subscribed. Most kind.
41st K interruption.
41st K interruption. My God, not 41 Ks. Not a whole 41 Dr. Ks even. Dr. K. Ross. I shall now inscribe your name on the mirror vein. 41 months. Jesus H. Christ and the wee little donkey. Dr. K. Ross, I have now inscribed your name upon the mirror vein. By having your name upon the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you go roll over every morning, look in the mirror. Oh, God, I look rough. But God damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, harra, sexy. Ooh, yes, meow, you know? You cheeky devils. You cheeky devils, you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. 41 months, bloody hell. This is what I mean. You people support me. I like to be able to support you in return, you know? I like to be able to support you in return, you little cherubs, you. Ooh, you little cherubs, you. You little cherubs, you. Oh, little cherubs. That's right. I can grab your metaphorical cheek. It's fine. Not that cheek. Where was I? How's it going, Mr. Trilby? Hello, Kale. How's it going, Purple Bat, you glorious bean? Mr. Trilby, lurk away, you glorious bean. Lurk away. No issues at all. No issues at all. I've got really itchy nose. Again, it's very cold today, so I'm wearing my J. Britain jumper, but you'll see that later when we do what is I'm wearing today. Purple Bat, hello, how you doing? Eris Ptolemy, glorious time zones, you glorious bean. Zilboop, how's it going, you glorious human being? Oh my lordy. Dr. K. Ross, of course, hello, darlings, Lady Cleo, darlings, how you doing, you beautiful bean? How's it going? I'm much excited today. I have 2 days until I can go to haunted housing with my husband. And 3 days until we go to the pumpkin patch with a bunch of friends and enjoy a bonfire. Well, Saturday will depend on if the Midwest United States weather cooperates, because it's calling for snow already. Oh, God damn it, why is my nose so itchy today? It's very, very itchy today. It's because it's so fucking cold. My nose is just constantly running now, which is extremely... And I've just snorted in your ear holes. Just going... You know, I'm not going to keep doing that. I'm going to move away from the microphone while I do the sniffings of all of the coldness, you know? It's actually getting to a point where I might actually turn the heating on. We're meant to be getting snow ourselves. This in the next couple of weeks, so I don't know whether it's going to happen in Hull, but just because the snow doesn't come doesn't mean the cold doesn't come. So, yay for that. How's it going, Hellgamer? How you doing? How you doing? You gorgeous fucks? I am a gorgeous fuck. It's true. You should see me when I'm coitally engaged. I'm gorgeous. I'm absolutely gorgeous, you know? The background music is Dancey Dance worthy. The background music is just usual Pretzel Rocks, only I'm not paying for it now, so it just randomizes to whatever the fuck it wants. You know, Sage the Kitten, how you doing? How's it going? How are we all doing? Doing very well today. I've got a bit of a headache today. Today. I woke up this morning and it was chilly. It was chilly. There was much condensation across the entire window. I had to deal with that, which was a pain in the ass. But we're doing all right. Doing okay, you know? Doing okay. Bit of a headache. But other than that, happy-go-lucky. Bit of a headache, bit cold. I'm wearing this delightful Jay Britton hoodie today because, first of all, I like representing my friends and publicizing them and all of their joyousness. And second of all, because it's fucking freezing. I'm also going out later, so after stream tonight, I'm going to the venue that we're doing our rock night at. So we've got Devil's Night coming on Friday, and straight after stream today, I'll be around for like maybe 15 minutes before Lilia comes and picks me up, and we'll put all of the boxes that we need to decorate the place into their car, go to the venue, and decorate the entire place. They've already started the decorating it in Halloween themed, which is going to be interesting, but we've got like three boxes of stuff that we need to take down and put up. Big old fuck off curtains, you know, that kind of thing. That happy-go-lucky scenario. Doing great. I'm trying out your travel for the weekend. Exciting times. Always good to go away for the weekend. Please share that snow to the South Central Texas. Is it a little toasty there, Fornamos? How you doing? How's it going? Got some works this weekend, so prepping for that. Yeah, love to see it. Sneff, very Sneff. Very Sneff. I've got like a weird tickle that's like right on the inside of my nose, right up here. Naturally, the only way you can like tickle that is if you stick your little finger right up there and fucking give it away about. But I'm not going to do that on stream because fuck that noise. It's disgusting. Disgusting behavior. You know? We had snow as early as second week of October some years. Bloody hell. In 1996, there was a snowstorm so bad that Halloween got postponed. That's an interesting choice of words. Halloween got postponed. Halloween, that happens on exactly the same day every single year, got postponed. And the reason why Halloween is Halloween... Do you know what? We should probably do a deep dive on Halloween at some stage as to how it's got... How it has gone from All Hallows Eve. Because if people don't know, if people aren't aware, November the 1st is All Saints Day. Alright? November the 1st is All Saints Day, which is when the saints are said to roam around spreading joy and goodwill and, I don't know, miracles or something. And the reason why All Hallows Eve is the way it is because the day before All Saints Day is when the spirits, when the veil between the evil place and Earth is at its thinnest, and that's when all the devils can come out to fuck shit up. And then on All Saints Day, the saints go around and repair the veil and make it all fine and dandy. Yes, wonderful, yes. So the idea of Halloween being postponed, I find very entertaining. We're just going to postpone it for a week. It's very snowy here. I know it happens an exact... I know it's technically speaking the exact... A very specific day. All right? I know it's a very specific day in the year that technically... It's like postponing Christmas. It's fucking hilarious. It's a very specific day in the year. But at the same time, we're going to postpone it because it's snowy. Love it. Love it. Hey, you're not feeling well? Then no loves. I don't worry about it. It's fun. There's nothing I can't handle. Nothing I can't handle. I've had a bit of a headache for a few days, to be fair, but it's like the past couple of days. It's not been bad enough for me to worry about it. Today, it's just making itself a little bit more known. Just being like, just across here. Making itself well and truly known. But I've just taken some painkillers, so that should fuck off soon. That should fuck off soon. It should be fine. It should be alright. Got another business meeting, but in Germany. Ooh, sounds like you're going to be traveling all over, Kale. Sounds like you're going to be traveling all over. A Halloween, All Hallows Eve dive would be amazing. We could do that. We can certainly do that. Maybe that's something we do as part of our little Halloween day thing, you know? In America, trick or treat is the weekend closest to Halloween. Wait, what? You go out trick-or-treating on the weekend closest to Halloween. Now, I get it when it's a nightclub. You know? When you know full well that you're going to go out and get absolutely fucking smashed off your gourd. Where people are going to be so unbelievably drunk because they want it to be the closest weekend to Halloween. So that people don't have work in the morning. I understand that. I completely get that. Why, like, trick-or-treating for children to go around and get candy, as they say in America, candy, sweeties, why would you not do that on the day of Halloween itself? You finish work, you go collect the children from school, you get them home, you give them their tea, or their evening meal, so they're nice and fed up. You get them in their costumes, and then you go out when it gets a little bit dark. That makes sense to me. It doesn't matter what day it falls on. You just do it on Halloween itself. Really? Is that all across America? My God. Typical Midwest fashion. Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense. Just fuck it. We're going to postpone Halloween for a week. Then there's... I can never pronounce that, Dr. K. Ross. Samhain, which is not pronounced Samhain. It's pronounced... Samhain. Pronunciation. Son.
Sound.
Sound. Sound. Sound. Sound. The Sour Skater, how you doing? Welcome on in. Sound. It's one of those ones, you know when you see a word and you're like, I know that this isn't pronounced the way it's spelled. Or like with a lot of like Irish, Celtic, Gaelic words. Sound. Okay, cool. Now we know. Now you have learned something today, friends. Well, some of you have learned something today. Takes us over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, 37 degrees C for over 80 days with the same amount or more even of days of no rain but high humidity. So it was hell, literally. Oh, that sounds awful. Apparently recently it had lows of 32 degrees C. It's nice but still high humidity. My God, that sounds awful. That sounds genuinely awful. I just prefer the cold. I mean, I prefer the cold in exactly the same way that, like, my view of the, like, people are like, oh, I just want to be warm. And it's like, I get it. But you can always get warmer. Well, most of the time. Most of the time you can always get warmer by layering up and having hot water bottles and putting the heating on and doing the things. Whereas you can never get colder. If the world is fucking 32 degrees C, slightly different in America because you got air conditioning and stuff. But in the UK, we don't have air conditioning. We have a fucking 35 degree day. We are all 35 degrees. There's no way around it. We just get fucking toasty and we have to suffer. That's it. We might get a couple of degrees different by sitting in the shade. That is all we have. That's all we got going on. Whereas with the cold, you can always get warmer. Wrap yourself in a duvet. Put your intimate parts on a hot water bottle. You know what I mean? Like, there's always way. Make love, get warm. Exactly. Exactly, Chunk. How you doing? How's it going, buddy? You know? My area of Texas near Austin. Fucking hell. I live in Texas and we don't do that. Just truck or treat on the day. Exactly. Trick or treat on the day, yeah? That kind of makes sense to me. Not a couple of people who are there on the weekend. Maybe it's agreed by all in town. Oh, maybe. Okay, so maybe it's like a town thing. Like, your town, the tradition is to do it in the nearest weekend. And it's not all across America. Okay, at least it wasn't like that when I was a kid. Yeah. Samhain? 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 Or Samhain? Something along those lines. Something along those lines. Yeah. Have you carved your Swede/turnip? How's it going, non-binary superpowers? For those people that don't understand that reference, in the UK, we didn't have pumpkins. Pumpkins have become a thing in my lifetime. Only the rich people got pumpkins back in the day. Before you carved a pumpkin, you carved a turnip. A Swede. So I literally have photographs of me as a child wearing pillowcases and fucking peculiar ass bin bags and shit. With a tea light inside a carved turnip. That is actually, Jesus Christ. I wonder if I could find a copy of it. Oh no, I won't be able to. I'll see if I can find a copy of it and put it up for you all so you can see me as a kiddie winkle. As a kiddie winkle. Most of the US does it on Halloween. Okay, that's cool. It's America. Nothing here tends to make sense. I mean, that's fair. That is fair. I don't understand how, like, the one thing that's always got me about America, okay, friends, and this is a vast generalization, and yet makes sense, all right? When I went to America, I went to Texas. Well, I very briefly was in Texas. So we started in Vegas. We went to Vegas for 7 days. Then we went to, so we went Vegas, Salt Lake City, detoured via Texas in order to do a plane transfer, and then went to New York. All right. So we spent like 2.5 weeks in America. And so we went to various different parts of America, you know? The thing that I found very, very interesting about America is the fact that things tend to be very, very sweet. I actually had a really good time. I fucking loved America. I had a great time while I was there. Things tend to be very, very sweet. Like your hash browns have got like sugar in them and shit, and I was very confused by that. In fact, the vast majority of foods that I ate there had a slightly sweeter taste than we would have in the UK. Which I found very peculiar. Your savory is very much sweeter than our savory. You know? Which baffled my little brain. I'm not gonna lie to you. Hash browns, sure. Yeah, so the way that they made it for us, at least in the diners that we went to that made it all up, and we went to various different ones, so I was trying various different varieties. They would grate, like, whereas in the UK you would like grate the potatoes and the bits and pieces that go in the hash brown and then put them in like little cubes or circles or strange triangle bits and pieces, and it would be condensed down so it's like a thick, dense hash brown, you know? Whereas in America, it was just like all of the ingredients fried there and then in no particular structure and stuck on your plate. It was very peculiar. Where I lived, the high fructose corn syrup was everything. Yeah. But the thing that gets me about that, all right, where was that? That was in Vegas and one place in New York. The thing that got me about it, all right, was the fact there was very much high sugar content in nearly all of the foods that we ate, nearly every single food that we had. Okay, so with that in mind, with the understanding that generally speaking, the American people have more of a sweet tooth, that is the kind of thing that they're more interested in. That's fair, you know. With that in mind, why is your chocolate so shit? For a nation that has a much sweeter tooth, or certainly apparently based on your foods that I have tried, for a nation that has a much sweeter tooth, why the fuck is your chocolate so shit? Hershey's? What the fuck is that? Mr. Beast's chocolate is actually Feastables, I believe they're called. It's actually better. It is, in my personal opinion, genuinely better than Hershey's and stuff like that, but it's still decidedly shitter than Cadbury's or something like that. The one thing I will say about Cadbury's, though, and Cadbury's chocolate across the world, because I've been all over the place, all right? I've been all over the place, is in the hotter countries or hotter parts of a country, they add in things that they add in like types of edible wax and stuff to stop it from melting. So if you go, like when I was in Kuwait, for example, if I get a fucking chocolate bar here, there's no need to add things that stop it from melting because the temperatures rarely get to a point where they can fucking melt chocolate. Do you know what I mean? Whereas when I went to Kuwait, the chocolate tasted really off. The same bar of Cadbury's, but it tasted really off. And the reason why is because they add in like an edible waxy material to stop the chocolate from melting in high temperatures. But even that, even waxy fucking Cadbury's and waxy fucking Galaxy is still better than chocolate, generally speaking, across America. Feastables have done well to improve on the taste, but it's still decidedly average in comparison to chocolate from nearly anywhere in Europe, you know? Fucking wild to me. Absolutely fucking wild to me, you know? Nikki Darla, come here, Jiggy Devil, come here, you. What do you like claiming jiggy kisses, you jiggy individual? Most good I get itchy and red when I sweat and miserable. Oh, that sounds awful, Fornamas. I hope it cools down for you soon, you know? All right, let me try and catch up. Wild Squeak, how you doing? Fans, iced coffee, cooling sprays, 1 degree difference. Yeah, 1 degree difference. Oh, I was about to say, 1 degree makes a massive difference here in the UK. Whereas with Fahrenheit, it doesn't. Fahrenheit has that many fucking numbers in it that it, like a 1 degree difference makes no fucking difference, you know? Yeah. One way to get cold is putting corn, the unpopped corn, in the freezer. You can do the same with rice as well. Exactly what we were talking about the other day, NB. Like the idea of sticking it in the microwave to get warm, stick it in the freezer to get cold. It's got no like moisture content, so it won't freeze itself. You know. 31st of October, with the great British tradition of turning all the lights off downstairs and closing the curtains so anyone outside thinks there's no one in. What's because you don't want to give people candy? Is that what it is? I remember, like, for Halloween during the pandemic, during, like, lockdown, I actually ended up putting a bucket outside full of, like, wrapped candy, like, wrapped sweets, so that if anybody was going around with their kids, being socially distant and doing the thingy, that they had wrapped chocolate that wasn't gonna obviously spread more COVID and stuff like that. But I left a bucket outside my my doorway so that people could come and check it out and get the thingy, and then I recycled the plastic bucket afterwards so that there was no issue of that either. You know. Yeah, no. Then any pictures of them are haunted. Oh, yeah. The carved turnips are fucking wild, you know? Been sent a script for my first paid editing gig for YouTube creator channels. I'm very excited. Gonna lurk work, chunk. Lurk work. I hope it all goes really, really well, buddy. Hope it really, really goes well, you know? Just recently learned of the origin of jack-o'-lanterns. I feel like I knew this at one stage, but my brain is gooey, you know? We had pumpkins back in the 60s in Birmingham, UK, but only one to carve, and it was a huge part of it. Yeah. And MB, yeah, I'll that link. Sorry, I don't need to click on the link. If I wanted to search them, I could do it myself, but that's cool. Just remember, friends, that links are banned here unless you get permission from me or one of the mods. Homemade costumes from the 60s are so much scarier than the costumes we can buy in Halloween superstores nowadays. Oh, 100% Sour Skater. 100%. Homemade costumes, all they're saying that my costume is going to be fucking amazing. My wig arrived today. My wig arrived approximately 10 minutes before I pressed go live, actually. But yeah, my wig arrived today for my my fancy costume thingy. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You're just going to have to wait and see. You're just going to have to wait and see. It's the way it works, all right? End of story. You know? Think Denny's, and I hope it does. I can't remember. Oh, you think Denny's and I hope it does it? I don't know. I can't remember where we went. It was so long ago, but yeah, there was definitely a more sweeter flavor to them all. You know, people wonder why the country has so many obese people, because they're basically poisoning us. Do you know what I find very strange about that? Aries told me not that there's like I'm not certainly not one to judge anyone, based on any part of their existence, you know. But the thing that I always found particularly wild was the fact that a lot of the American foods, sweets, sodas, a lot of the way that Americans make their food and stuff like that is banned in the UK. It's banned in the UK. It is not allowed in the UK because of the high sugar rate levels, the high manufactured chemicals, like sweetness, and that have mildly addictive qualities and shit like that. All completely banned in the UK. However, the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration of America, is the strictest in the world. It is nearly impossible to get medicine approved in America because of how strict the Food and Drug Administration are in regards to their regulations and stuff like that. I used to work in a pharmaceutical company, for those people that don't know. It was fucking wild to me. It was absolutely fucking wild to me. I also find it hilarious that in America, medicine doesn't sell unless it tastes bad. Thought that was fucking hilarious. Absolutely fucking hilarious. The company that I used to work for used to make medicine for America. And there was a very specific, cold and flu syrup medicine. And it tasted fucking horrible. It tasted so vile, but it worked. It actively worked. And I will tell you the rest of that story momentarily, because I've just realized that the fucking advert has started. And I have not got the music ready for What is Valen Wearing Today. Gonna get that sorted right now, so you don't have to worry about it. Ba-dum, 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 bam, bam, bam. Hey, do. Music. I really like that song, actually. But anyway, friends, it's time for What is Valen Wearing Today? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, and all genders outside and in between. It's time for What is Valen Wearing Today? Valen is fucking freezing today because it is a very cold day here in the armpit of England, and therefore he has decided to don his Jay Britton's Phantasmagorical Adventures hoodie because it is cozy as fuck. He also enjoys representing one of his dear friends, Jay Britton. What else has he got on? There you are, friends. I am also wearing my very sexy metallic tapestry print trousers today. Metallic tapestry print trousers. Get that music back on, because that was a good song. That was a good song. Oh, now I'm knackered. What I was saying, yeah, I used to work in this pharmaceutical company. And they sold an American product that was not allowed in Europe. Wasn't sold in Europe. And it was a cold and flu syrup. It was a cold and flu syrup. So it was good for your good for clearing up congestion, very good for your throat, good for getting rid of headaches and stuff. It had like all of the paracetamol, ibuprofen goodness in it and what have you, you know? And it worked. It was so good like clearing up flu symptoms. It was so fucking good at clearing up flu symptoms. It was unreal. All right. However, it tasted like a fruity badger's arsehole. It tasted so bad. It was such a shit fucking flavor. And the worst thing about it is, I know for a fact, all right, because like I said, I work for this pharmaceutical company. I saw what went into it. They added extra stuff. I can't tell you what the product is, and I won't tell you what the product is. They added extra stuff to make it taste vile. They added extra things to make it taste bad. And the reason why is because they used to make nice flavored versions of this medicine. How's it going, Crow Dad? How you doing? How's it going, Annie Geek? Hello. And oh my god, Calico Cobalt. Hell, all these beautiful people coming in here. All right. They used to make a nice flavored version. It was like a strawberry flavored version of this cold and flu syrup, and nobody bought it. It went on sale. It was like, oh my god, this amazing thing that's now on sale for you that you can buy, and it doesn't taste shit, and you can give it to you can have it yourself or give it to your kids, and it's perfectly okay, and it'll help massively help with your cold and flu symptoms. And people didn't buy it. People would try it and then never ever buy it, because there's this mentality that if medicine tastes good, it can't be working. Of course it tastes bad. That means it's working. That means it's medicine. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Why? Because medicine has to taste vile. It's so fucking weird. So fucking weird. But yeah, that is a thing. In America, like, they have done so many like customer tests and stuff like that, and ask people which ones worked the best. And in the States, it is a belief that if something tastes bad, it obviously works better for you. Wild. Fucking wild to me, you know? Costume drop. What about Scary Captain America costume, except the price? Trick or Treat didn't arrive in the UK until at least the 70s, but the costumes were all ghosts and zombies and vampires. Yeah, they were all the traditional versions. Yeah, definitely. Apart from when I was a kid and I seem to remember I wore a cardboard cone hat, a pillowcase, welly boots, and a fucking bin bag for a cape. It was a wild time. It was a wild time. God knows what I was dressed as, but I was dressed as it, you know? We have hash browns that is condensed. You don't want to know? Yeah, exactly right. There's a big story about the bar for US chocolate. Is there? I mean, that doesn't surprise me. The fucking chocolate there was vile. Germany's chocolate is amazing. The Kinder one with the white stuff in the middle. That's banned in America because... so Kinder chocolate is banned... I don't know whether it's banned across the entirety of America, but like the Kinder eggs, where it's like white chocolate surrounded by milk chocolate, and on the inside there's a little plastic tub that's got a little toy in it. And the reason why is because in... I think it's all of America, but it might just be certain states in America. You cannot have a toy inside chocolate. Like, it's illegal. You can't have a toy inside an edible product for fear of somebody just putting the entire thing in their face and choking. I mean, it's not happened in the UK, but, you know, it's not happened in Europe, but okay. Puma Babe, how you doing? I was lurking one of your streams the other day. I hope you're doing well, friend. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're having a good time. You're talking about Hershey's chocolate. American Cadbury's is disgusting. I was about to say, like, because I would, if they do Cadbury, I didn't realize they did Cadbury's in America. I certainly didn't see any. But if it is, then it'll probably be the same stuff they put out, like, out in the Middle East, where it's got like the waxy stuff in it to stop it from melting. Yeah. Genuinely wish I could say you're right. Hershey tastes like vomit. Yeah, it certainly isn't one of my favorites, I have to say. Do you know what I mean? Considering most of the US is closer to the equator than thingy. Yeah, I would imagine that it's probably the waxy stuff. But then that I don't... Even the waxy version of Cadbury's, though, is still better tasting than Hershey's. And in my opinion, also better than tasting than Feastables. But Feastables, because I tried some Feastables, and I've tried some Hershey's, and to see what it is that people rave about. Because I know that Feastables especially is getting a lot of hype at the moment. And Feastables is so much better, in my personal opinion, than Hershey's is. It's a fucking mile from where Hershey's was. But it's still nothing on UK chocolate. It's just not, you know? The thing with American chocolate is often contains high sugar content and lower cocoa content. So it's sweeter and has less cocoa-rich taste. And true, the American chocolate manufacturers often use a process called conching, which all chocolate manufacturers do, but the American chocolate does it for longer duration, which can lead to a more grainy texture. Interesting. Interesting. If you check on stock numbers on a Cadbury's bar, you can find out where it was made. Only those made in the UK and Ireland are the original recipe. Oh, that's interesting. I had no idea about that. No idea. And the other ones, I'm assuming, make a variation of them for their relevant markets and stuff. Like adding the waxy shit. Got COVID at a convention over the weekend. First time I've tested positive since ever. Take it real slowly, Nikki Dala. Take it real slowly, because at the moment, I hope that you have a really mild case of it. I genuinely do hope you have a really mild case of it. But I know that there's a really nasty strain of COVID going on around at the moment. And yeah, it's a bad one. It's a bad one. McSteffels, my partner, we got back from Mallorca, spent an unreasonable, like 10 hours in fucking Dublin airport, and she caught it, and it was a really nasty one for her. I fortunately skipped it, but I think that's probably because I've had COVID a couple of times before. So I'm pretty dosed up on the old vid, you know what I mean? Day 14 since first testing positive. Lucky only got severe sinus-like symptoms. That's good. That's good. Like, of all of the symptoms, that's probably one of the milder ones for sure. So I prefer things like Godiva and Ghirardelli. Or straight up dark chocolate whenever I use it for any sort of baking treats, because most chocolate here is shite. Yeah. Dark chocolate has got a much stronger cocoa content for sure. How's it going, Calandra? How you doing? How's it going? Ritter Sport and lower in sugar. Do often see posters from the council saying no callers for Halloween here in Wales. I don't know if they do it anymore. Really? Posters from the council, like literally for people to put in their windows saying don't come round here because I'm a miserable bitch. Is that what it says? I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I do not have any children of my own, but I will happily give fucking sweets to kids. I'll leave them out in the front if people want them. Normally because I'm busy on Halloween, do you know what I mean? However, I'll be doing a fucking Halloween party. If somebody comes knocking while I'm doing the fucking Halloween party, I will stop the stream so that I can go and give fucking children their sweets so that they can have a good time and they can enjoy Halloween the way it should be fucking enjoyed. All right? I remember what it was like. It was a magical time because I got to dress up as something fucking weird, go out into the world, spend some social time with my siblings, friends, and family, and get a shitload of snaffly treats. I will happily continue that tradition because it is a wholesome, joyous tradition. Happily. Fucking great. Absolutely fucking love that shit. You know? I also don't have to deal with the kids. Just, here's some chocolate. Go! Enjoy! Have a wonderful time elsewhere that isn't near me. Go! You know? Love that shit. Had friendship. Had a friend ship me chocolates and treats from Germany. Didn't care if it melted by the time it got to Texas. Still chowed down on it. Good. I know that in Europe, especially Germany, they profess more in the dark chocolate variety of stuff. But yeah, the European chocolate's pretty intense, pretty good, you know. A lot of friends who aren't American come here and get upset stomachs or sickly from many of our US foods. It's definitely a different variety of it. America is also the only place that I've ever been where you don't, like, anywhere in Europe and stuff like that, and even like when I was like out in India and stuff, nearly everywhere has a vegetarian option or a few vegetarian options. India is really, really good for vegetarians, because there's obviously an entire religion out there that are vegetarian. But America was the first place I've ever been that has nothing. Like, there are entire places that are just like, yeah, we have nothing for you. Everything here is meat, which is fucking mind-blowing to me, you know? Almost banned in every country, and yet the FDA is stupidly strict. Talk about contradictions. Oh yeah, the FDA is like, speaking from experience, from working for a pharmaceutical company that literally shipped medicine to the entire world. I think there was like 3 countries or 4 countries that we didn't ship medicine to. All right, it was a massive international global fucking company. It was just fucking wild. Okay. And the strictest health regulations, the strictest food and medicine regulations in the entire world are the FDA, followed up by the MHRA, which is the UK's one, and then follow that up with the European ones. That was like the top 3: the FDA, MHRA, and then like the European regulations across the entirety of Europe. Kind of wondering if the sugar thing is regional too, but since most diner foods in Texas where I live are far more savory from meat and potatoes, etc. But you've got to remember, Alec, that your savory isn't necessarily our savory. Because I remember asking for things. I remember asking for things in Vegas about their more savory options, and even the savory options were sweet, or sweet to my palate, because the palate, like, I'm used to very, very, very savory things over in the UK, you know. We're a very savory nation. We're a very savory nation. So I wonder, like, whether it's like it is very savory compared to the rest of America, but compared to like Europe, it's probably not as savory as you think, you know. In exactly the similar sort of routes that there are a variety of like curries here in the UK that are super spicy, but you go over to India where curry is like every dish ever, and it's like, yeah, like their curries are far more potent than our curries are, because they know how to fucking do that kind of curry and shit like that. Do you know what I mean? Well, like, oh my god, we've got so many spicy curries, and it's like, go over there and it blows your fucking socks off, you know? There, you're now just learning a lot about my tummy issues from high fructose corn syrup. They are poisoning us. Oh, wow. Wow. I mean, I wouldn't... like I said, the regulations are strict in America, so they do have to follow regulations. Whether they'll change or not is another question entirely. But yeah, fucking intense. I'm sick of that Kinder chocolate with the white cream in the middle. Are you talking about Kinder Buenos? The ones where it's like a wafer, it's like a bar, and it's like a wafer, and it's got chocolate and then like a creamy thingy. McSeffels is on a binge of those at the moment. It's great. American style isn't as good as getting it shipped from Germany. Yeah. Oh shit, I'm so far behind. I'm going to try and catch up a wee bit. How do you get kids to take cold meds then? But meds are sourced traditionally from plants, and it was probably bitter unless you had honey. Yeah, it probably was originally. But the wonders of science have meant that we can take all of the great beneficial elements from plants and animals as well, and minerals. We can take all of those benefits and mix them up in a way that doesn't taste like a badger's arsehole. That is a thing that is, you know. You can get all of the benefits that don't taste like ass. You know? Always on the lookout for any new ones that may have come out that I've never seen before, yeah? How's it going, Crow Dad? How you doing? Love my earrings. Thank you very much. I mean, this one's just my little spiky one, but these ones are the door knockers from the Labyrinth, and they were a gift from the community. Bought it off my throne wish list, you know? Could be because the old natural from the olden days always tasted shitty because our grandparents said that if it was horrible, it was. Oh, probably. But it's still mind-blowing to me that in this day and age, people still believe that. You know? People still believe that. It's just like, oh, it tastes shitty. It must be working if it tastes shitty. And it's like, you realize that the world has changed and we can extract things and give them flavors and... Okay, all right. One of the benefits of crappy tasting medicine is that small children getting into it are less likely to scoff the bottle down. Entirely fair. Entirely fair. Do you know what? That is a very, very solid call, Dr. K. As somebody who definitely ate an entire, like, packet of pills when I was a kid, fortunately, they were more placebo pills than anything else that my parents had bought specifically because, like, they bought these placebo pills, which were basically like a chalky sweet substance that have been condensed into pill shape so that you can give your kid a pill and, but like, when they're like, I hate everything, everything's worse, I've got a headache, it's awful, and they're pissing and moaning for the sake of pissing and moaning, you can give them a little placebo pill and it doesn't fucking do anything, but they think that it's going to do something, you know? And that was me as a kid. I was a very melodramatic child. And I was like, that's great. But then I was like, I really like the taste of them. So I sat and ate an entire bottle of them. And that's when my parents stopped buying them. Because they were like, yeah, if we get him into the habit of this now, then what's he going to do with, like, how's he going to react to actual medicine? You know? So, yeah, it was bad. I also got a bottle of medicine that did taste like ass. I was fucking 6 years old. Not even that. I was like 5, maybe. And there was a bottle of medicine that tasted fucking horrible. Because it was 1992 when I was 5. 1992, 1993. Thereabouts. Anyway. And medicine hadn't caught up to where it's at the moment. And I remember climbing on the kitchen counter in order to get the medicine from the shelf because it tasted so fucking horrible and I hated it so much. So I got this very expensive medicine that my parents had bought specifically to medicate me for whatever fucking infection. I had like a chest infection or something like that. And I poured the entire thing down the drain. Because I didn't want to... It tasted so bad that I didn't want to ever taste it again. Such an ass. Such a shitty little child. You know? You know? Kinder Eggs are banned, but you got Kinder Joy. Okay. So it's just the eggs that are banned. Okay. Different version comes in plastic egg with the chocolate candy inside and the toy beside it. Mind-boggling. The mind boggles. It really does. You know? Lint is pretty lovely too. I find Lint a little bit too sweet for me. Do you know what I mean? Having a great day so far. I'm really glad to hear that, Boomer Babe. Really glad to hear that. Baby Ruth bars are pretty nice. I remember when I was in university, we did a production of Laundry and Bourbon and Lone Star, which are two American, Texan-American plays. Well, they're set in Texas, America. I don't know whether they're written by Texans themselves. I would assume so, given the way it was. And I remember the director of our little group emailed out to Baby Ruth to get a whole load of Baby Ruth bars. We got a whole load of Baby Ruth bars. We couldn't get Lone Star to send us beers, but we could get them to send us beer labels so that we could, because there were like export issues or something like that, and they were like, we love the fact that you're doing this play. This is great. Here's a whole load of Lone Star labels that you can stick to other beer bottles, which was really, really nice of them. I can't remember what else we got. So we got some other American, like, candy and stuff. Fucking hell. Trip down memory lane, this. Trip down fucking memory lane, you know? What are we talking about? American candy more than anything else. American chocolate, very specifically. You know, Payday's mix branches candy corn with peanuts. I kid you not. Literally tastes like Payday. I've never had a Payday. I've also never had candy corn. You know? How's it going, Brentley? How you doing? Hershey's bars? Vile. It's so vile. It's just, can't deal with them. Can't deal, you know? I'm half expecting Kraft plastic cheese slices with Blur chocolate. Fucking plastic cheese. Plastic cheese has its place. McSteffels makes this amazing breakfast muffin, all right? That is like, it's like a McDonald's breakfast muffin, but she makes it herself and therefore is infinitely fucking better. And it genuinely is infinitely better. But she uses a slice of plastic. I don't like plastic cheese. I am not a fan of plastic cheese. But for some reason, the way that McSteffels makes these breakfast muffins, fucking exquisite. Genuinely a pleasure to consume, you know? Hershey's has butyric acid, which is in spoiled milk and vomit because the chocolate there. Oh, yeah, there you go. Barfy chocolate, sorry. Butyric acid. It's a compound which you find in slightly off butter and milk. Yeah, that's what Danny Leon was saying. Also, how you doing, Danny Leon? How you doing? Traditionally, so people grew up here. Okay. Which, due to weather and available materials centuries ago in the US. Okay. Side effect, there's a longer shelf life for the chocolate with this in it. But it does add vomit flavor. Fast forward to modern times, the dairy is in better state these days, but manufacturers added the acid on purpose because the taste is expected now, having been there for so long in the country. That is mind-boggling to me. So they actively add butyric acid in order to maintain the taste, even though you don't need it anymore. Mind-boggling. The mind boggles, I tell you. The mind boggles. Oh, fun fact as well. The complete fucking tangent, but you were talking about milk and milk going off and stuff like that. Complete fucking tangent. But I only found out a little while ago. So a friend, before Chunk moved in here, I had another housemate who had Crohn's disease, which is a very, very painful digestive issue. Yeah, it's fucking agony, and bless them. And I'm pretty sure we've got a couple of members in the community that also have Crohn's disease. Do not feel like you have to say it yourself if you do not want to, but yeah, I'm pretty sure we have. But I found out through him that they don't know what causes Crohn's disease. They have no idea what causes it yet. They have various different theories, but nothing like no concrete evidence to prove what it is. However, there is no history. There is no recorded history of Crohn's disease prior to the pasteurization of milk. So there is no record of Crohn's disease ever existing before milk became pasteurized. How wild is that? In America, there's a black market for Kinder eggs. A special Kinder egg called Kinder Joy. Yeah. Been enjoying candy corn. Many don't like it, but it tastes like unsweetened fudge. I'm not sure how I would feel about that. Lee Smoking Caterpillar, how you doing? How's it going? We've got an annoying amount of sweets at my mum's. My mum got at a convention. About 3 groups of kids. We need more kids to take the sweets that we don't want. That's hilarious. I love that. I love that. So my town is so small that we never have trick-or-treaters. Would love to get out candy too. They say the lights out means no more candy and don't come a knocking. All right, okay, that's interesting. Here's me, just like all the fucking Halloween lights and stuff. I'll probably leave my windows open so that people know that there's somebody in, you know. This wholesome and should be continued for sure. Yeah, I fucking loved. Part of the reason why I am the way I am today is because I dressed up as a fucking kid. You know what I mean? Dressed up as a kid. Feeding the doggos. No worries. How you doing? Circus peanuts are nasty. Circus peanuts are old. When you're in a traveling circus, they don't keep fucking sell-by dates and shit on that. They don't keep sell-by dates and stuff on that. They just put all the peanuts together every so often, top it all up, and then give them out. There you go. Peanuts. Deal with it. 1975 are loaded in, Brentley. Oh, cool, man. Always so busy. Your life, it always feels so exciting. Always feels so exciting. I have anxiety. I hate when people knock on the door. Also hard to handle things with random strangers knocking on my door. Can cause me to have a panic attack. I'm certainly not judging non-binary superpowers. Certainly not judging. Yeah, you don't want people knocking on your door for whatever reason. That is entirely up to you. I'm saying that I love the tradition. I love the tradition. I love the fact that like there's a certain level of joy that I can bring to people purely by being in and providing them with sweets. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I love that. I love that. And in a completely innocent way as well, you know. Years ago, took some chocolate and Java cakes to my BFFs who live in America. It's traveled fine. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Couldn't do the whole Halloween thing. I fucking love it. Love it so much. I think it's only for the little kids thing. Heck, my friends and I are in junior high. We want people to... And people denied us. Hello, you wouldn't rather junior high kiddos doing things instead of drugs, other hooligan stuff? Hooligans! I don't know. I feel like there is a certain level. There's a certain level that I like. If I feel like if they're with their if they're with parents, then I'm happy to give them sweets. Even then, I remember being at my family have always done Halloween to the fucking maximum degree because it involved scare. Like, it would very much be a treat for young children and a trick for the older kids. And the kids would get shit up every time. It was fucking wonderful. Don't do that shit anymore, but it was great back in the day, you know. Trick-or-treating was apparently originally purposely to keep the teenagers occupied. That's hilarious. How's it going, Pixie Bomb? How you doing? Doesn't help that for some reason bonfire season starts on the same damn night, so we get fireworks and they trigger PTSD issues. Yeah, I can understand that. Do you know what? As time's gone on, I used to love fireworks when I was a kid. There's something about that. But as time's gone on, I've realized how fucking horrible they are on so many levels. The way they distress people, the way they distress like people with anxiety, people with PTSD, people with all variety of mental health triggers there, but also the way it distresses animals, both pets and wildlife. The fact that you've got this giant... I nearly got killed by a fucking firework. And I am not talking that I was holding a firework or playing with a firework or fucking about with a firework, all right? My parents' friends had a field that they used to keep horses in. And on bonfire night, their horses would be taken away. They'd be go off to a stables where they can be looked after and made sure that like they're far away from fireworks and stuff like that. And in that field, they would have a bonfire and we would light fireworks. Okay? Now, I remember very clearly one year that they were setting off fireworks and me and my friends, because we were little shits, we would go and try and find the sticks that came down from the firework. Because the firework would fly up, firework here, stick down here. The firework would fly up, boom, the stick would come plummeting down. Now, if you are not aware of this, sticks on fireworks, on the most of the sticks on fireworks, have quite a heavy end to them. And they've got like a little point on them, specifically so that when they hit the ground and dig straight into the ground. So that they don't cause any major issue, you know? However, firework goes up, me and my friends at like fucking 12 years old or something go, oh my god, that's amazing, let's go find the stick, start running around the field underneath where the firework presumably went off in the air to try and find the stick. Where could it be? Where could it be? Where could it be? Oh, and it literally landed straight down in front of my face. It was about 3 inches away from my nose. It fucking hit the ground and I was like, I could have died. I could have died. Straight up, dead. Fucking dead. You know? I do love how pretty fireworks are, but it's very much weighing up the benefits of my enjoyment versus the negatives that it causes in so many people and so many animals, you know? The older kids should have fun and sweets. Yeah. Exactly. Just, that's fine. As long as the older kids don't come around fucking egging a house or toilet paper bombing it or whatever they call it, you know? Is he going to be out on Halloween and I can't get out of bed? Probably won't get calls, but someone knocking when I can't respond is anxiety provoking, so I'll be hiding in the dark. That's fair. That is fair. Like I said, I'm not here to judge anybody else's situations, all right? You've got reasons. If you've got reasons to not getting involved in the whole trick-or-treat thing, fair play. That's fine. That's okay. You've got your reasons. I will never judge you for that. You know, like, I'm not going to be here and being like, no, you've got to fucking do it. Not by any stretch of imagination. I'm just saying that I love the tradition. I love the tradition. I love, like, the wholesomeness of it, you know? Fox, how's it going? Now I want to start a company called Massive Fucking International Company, right? Why not? Why not? Most of our typical Chinese food is full of sugar. Okay. Oh, yeah. Like in the UK, Chinese food is very greasy. You go to China and have similar sort of foods, it's nowhere near as greasy. Because when the Chinese came over to the UK and they were like, we're giving out our Chinese food, they found that the stuff sold better if it was very greasy and very sugary. And therefore they put more and more of that shit in it. The UK Chinese food is massively different to Chinese food. You know? Me and according to my mildest coma. I like a mild curry. The curry just isn't all about spice. Curry is a beautiful blend of flavors and stuff like that. It doesn't not about just fucking burning your face off. Have to go to the UK to try them. I think it's just a location thing, but my hash browns here in Diners just fried shredded potato. Maybe it's the oil they fry them in. I don't know. Like, you'll have to come over and try it, Alec. You'll have to come over and try it. Or I'll... No, I wouldn't be able to send you them because it would be impossible. But you have to come over and try it. You know? Had the most lucky day yesterday. Won Nintendo Switch. Old Super Mario Edition and the new Mario game. Oh, that's amazing, Puma. Congratulations, you glorious bean. Congratulations. Labyrinth door knocker earrings. Go for a pair myself now. Have a great day, everyone. Heading off now to work. See you later, Salskater. You take it easy, you beautiful bean. Valen, melodramatic, never. Me, possibly melodramatic, never. There's one time I went to the cupboard to get a drink of lemonade after chugging half a bottle and realized it tasted weird. Read the bottle and ran through to my mum screaming I'd just drunk toxic water. Tonic water. You chugged half a bottle of tonic water when you were... I love the fact that you chugged half a bottle before you realized something was off with it. That is a fucking kid thing to do. That is a kid thing to do. Where you get it so convinced in your mind that what you are eating is a certain thing that it takes you fucking ages to realize that it's not that thing. I remember being fucking 9, maybe 10 years old, and being given, like, my cousins were all given hot dogs, and I was like, are these the vegetarian hot dogs? And my cousin was like, yeah, they're the first. Like, my parents cooked the vegetarian hot dogs first, so these are all the vegetarian ones. And I was like, oh, cool. And I ate like one of the hot dogs and was like right down to the last bite when I was like, something tastes weird. These don't taste like vegetarian hot dogs. There's something off about these. And it was like, nope, that's the sawdust and pork hot dog. And I was like, then I was horrifically ill. Horrifically ill. Because it turns out when you've been a vegetarian your entire life, you're not used to that level of protein. What are the chances? What are the chances? The proteins and the fats and the stuff that come from mammals. Didn't realize something of... I did read something Harry Styles was doing tests for a pill that he thought he didn't have the placebo and thought he was having a reaction, so he went to ER freaking out. It turns out he did have the placebo. Mine is very powerful. Mine is very, very powerful, Phonemos. The mind is very... As somebody who is non-religious, as somebody who does not believe in any deities by any stretch of the imagination, the amount of miracle cures out there, and I'm not talking like a bottle, I'm talking people who go into hospital with genuine fucking illnesses and suddenly they are healed. And the doctors can't explain it. And everyone's like, oh, it's insert deity here. Oh, it's God. Oh, it's Allah. Oh, it's one of the Hindu gods. I can't remember which one is the one that's super caring. I think it's Krishna. Either way. Oh, it's one of these things because the body has healed itself effectively. And it's just like, how? How is that possible? Whether you believe it's a deity or whether you don't, the fact of the matter is these things happen. You know? There is literally documented evidence of it. Labyrinth door knocker earrings. Yeah. Do you want to see them? Boop. Boop. So I've got the one with it through his ears there. I've got the one with it through his mouth. There. There you go. Had trouble swallowing pills as a kid. Still do if they're big. Yeah, I used to, and nowadays I'm not so bothered. Nowadays it doesn't really fuss me, you know. Just smash them in, it's fine. Do you know what I mean? Get kid ibuprofen suspension. The strawberry one is nice, like Calpol, but the orange one is disgusting. Both work for the same pain and fever, other than the orange one. Usually when it comes to like children's medicine, it's just lower concentrations of stuff. Just lower concentrations of stuff because their bodies are half the fucking size, you know. I remember hating the orange one. Yeah. Candy corn is weird, waxy if I remember. It's fucking nasty. I was about to say, do you know what mine like genuinely blows my little fucking mind? All right, candy corn is like a staple American thing at Halloween. All right, that is a thing in Halloween. Like people think Halloween candy corn is fucking everywhere. You look at like literally get a fucking sticker book of Halloween. It'll have skeletons, it'll have pumpkins, it'll have witches, it'll have candy corn every single fucking time. And yet it is very rare. I think maybe out of 10, every 10 Americans that I have met, maybe one of them likes candy corn. It's wild that it is such a staple part of the Halloween tradition, and yet not many people like it, you know? Another thing I remember from childhood in regards to medicine is how awful the medicine tasted with that fake cherry flavor. Ruined anything cherry from the last... I mean, cherry is just not a very nice flavor. Anyway, I'm not a fan of cherry in the best of ways, you know? It depends on brand. The Brack version is unsweetened fudge. Oh, yeah, I think it probably does depend. Brand is very... Because obviously you've got to have their own variation of something as well. Yeah, it's just... Nah. Just nah. If you're not allergic, mix it with peanuts. It's good. Hate peanuts. That's wild. My mum has it in remission. Our vet recently got it too. He was so happy to talk to her. Yeah. Always good when you're able to do that. Like that was something that when a friend of mine was like during the pandemic, he was like, "Oh, I've got COVID. Oh, my other friend's got COVID. Cool, we can go and socialize together because we've both got COVID." And they live close together, so it wasn't too much of a problem. You don't mind candy corn in moderation? Dr. Ram MD, how you doing? Welcome on in, you beautiful bean. Yeah, you don't like candy corn in moderation? I feel like anything in moderation. I definitely have gone through phases where I will smash so many. I get into a hyperfixate. It happened with 12s, Cadbury's 12s, and Mars bars as well, where I just sit and eat Mars bars all the fucking time. And then one day I'm like, I don't want a Mars bar ever again. I'm good. I'm all right. And I still eat Mars bars now, but like I'll have one, and that'll be me good for like a week or so. You know. I love candy corn. Can't find it in the UK, so I stock up. You love it? I can't say that.
Oh, you followed me. Ooh, you little stalker.
Thank you very much for the follow, you beautiful bean. I really appreciate it. What was I saying? You love candy corn? I can't say. I seem to remember trying it and not being a fan of it. Do you know what I mean? So because peanuts is candy, like nasty marshmallow thing. Down south they call them something else. Twitch would ban me for saying. Oh, okay. I'm glad that you're holding back there, Brentley. I never realized that Circus Peanuts was an actual like brand of candy. What? Call them Circus Peanuts in Texas? Yeah. I used to like candy corn, but the older I've gotten, the more my stomach has become sensitive to sugar. The more than 2 pieces of candy corn make my stomach churn, and that's interesting. I mean, it's a known thing that as you get older and older and older, various different things change in your life. I forgot I had a really cool whimsical fact to tell people when it comes up, but we can get there. Did Google, and apparently the pasteurized milk causing Crohn's disease has been proven entirely false. I didn't say it was I didn't say it was the cause of it, Danny Leon, by any stretch of the imagination. I didn't say it was the cause of it. What I said was the fact that there is no history of Crohn's disease prior to the pasteurization of milk. I know that they did do an investigation, and they were like, I don't think it was like proven entirely false so much as deemed inconclusive. There's no direct proof that pasteurization of milk causes Crohn's disease, which is entirely fair. Do you know what I mean? It's just very interesting that there is no history of Crohn's disease prior to the pasteurization of milk. So I don't know whether it's like the pasteurization of milk affects something else that causes Crohn's disease in people or something like that. I've got no fucking idea. I'm not a scientist, doctor, biologist, or medical professional by any stretch of imagination. I just found it very, very interesting. I was like, fucking hell. That's really intriguing. That's really, really intriguing. You know? It took 3 years for one of my cats to stop being under my bed because of the fireworks. Yeah, the thing I hate most about fireworks is how for some reason it becomes legal to sell to random people with no clue. Yeah, I mean I can't speak on behalf of any other country because naturally I don't live there. We were talking about the States, and there's a variety of different laws that I find very questionable in the States when it comes to selling people certain very dangerous items that without any need of proof of stable mental health or anything like that. But anyway, swiftly moving on. In the UK, the fact that you can buy, I think you've now got to be 18, but it used to be 14. When I was a kid growing up, and I know when I was a kid growing up, because my friends' parents used to sell fireworks. That was part of the shop that they had. It used to be like 14, then it became 16, and now I believe it's 18. But yeah, you don't have to have like a fucking license. You have to have a license to do massive firework displays, but you do not have to have a license to buy fireworks. You want to go and buy you want to go buy these explosive devices? You want to go buy them? You can do. Just needs proof that you're over the age of 18. I think it's 18 as well. Let me double check. How old do you have to be to buy fireworks in the UK? Yeah, 18. 18. That's interesting. It's actually against the law in the UK to set off fireworks between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. except on certain occasions. There you go. There you go. Love me the boom booms. 4th of July is my favorite holiday, but I have an ATF shooter license, so I can get, as Joe Dirt would say, the good stuff. I know, I'm very aware that in America the exploding things is a very much a pastime in the States, or very large parts of the States anyway. The amount of people I've seen is like, yeah, we're gonna do a video here, we're gonna blow up some stuff, and it's like, no, okay. Love flavor, not that burn your taste of pain. Yeah, exactly. I'm the same when it comes to curries for sure. I like flavor. I like spice. I do like spice. I like the but there is a limit to it for sure. You know. My parents wanted to make vegetable soup from dehydrated packet. My sister demanded chicken because she hated vegetables. They gave her veg soup and told her it was chicken. Not only did she enjoy it, she believed she found a piece of chicken. Yeah. That the mind is a very powerful thing. But I mean, fucking hell, talking about sex education, because being a sex educator, the most powerful thing in a sexual repertoire is your mind. If you can get somebody's mind into the right place, fuck me, they will have the greatest time. You know. The orange Calpol is gross because it's for older kids. Youngers get a nice strawberry. I never liked strawberry. I much prefer the orange flavors than strawberry ones. Do you know what I mean? I just found strawberry a little bit too sweet, you know? Welcome back, Mr. Trilby. Welcome back. Love some candy corn, Zilboob? Yeah. Because it's candy corn is basically fondant with coating. Cheap as fuck to make, buy, and shelf stable to eternity. Fair. Didn't mind the cherry stuff too much. Nice banana, unflavored penicillin, where I kept having bad tensils out. Blech. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Unflavored penicillin, unflavored paracetamol, unflavored APIs, active pharmaceutical ingredients. Not great. Not great. How's it going, Millen? How you doing? See if candy corn is available. I'll probably eat it. Wouldn't go out of my way. Fair. For me, gross Halloween candy I hated as a kid was molasses. A molasses chew? Dr. Ram? A molasses chew. The idea of getting molasses into some description of sweet That boggles my mind. What the... What? What? Tootsie Rolls? Unless it's the flavored Tootsie Roll. I've never tried Tootsie Roll, but fucking hell. Molasses Chew. Fuck me. I'd even prefer licorice, and I do not like licorice. I'd even prefer licorice over a molasses chew. Fucking wow. Wow. History is very muddy. The details of medical history is... I mean... History is muddy. Details of medical history? Yeah. Yeah, 100%. What we sell... we sell fireworks, we need ID. Yeah, but I think it's more down to the fact that you don't have to have, like, a license to do it in the UK. You can sell people a lot of explosives, which is what fireworks are. You can sell people a lot of explosives. And do you know what? As a kid, as a child, I would take one of my go-to things that I did as like a fucking 14 to 16-year-old was to take apart fireworks, get all of the dust and gunpowder and shit from inside it, and make my own fireworks. I did that as a child. Me and my friend, we literally went, found people to buy us fireworks and or stole fireworks from parents to cut them apart, get the explosive bits, put them all together in like a toilet tube, give it a little fuse, and then hide behind a pile of loosely stacked bricks in order to find out what would happen. Now, as somebody who is a parental figure, okay, to a child, and what I mean by that is my partner has a 10-year-old. My partner has a 10-year-old who's a fucking amazing kid. I love them to pieces, but that terrifies me. He is only a few years off what I was doing as a fucking kid. Taking apart fireworks to see how big I could get an explosion, and then hiding like 4 feet away from the explosion, thinking that that would be okay. But don't worry, there was like some loosely packed bricks, so we would hide behind those instead. How the fuck have I still got fingers? How the fuck am I still alive? When I look back at the things that I did as a kid, I am mind-boggled by how I'm still alive. Genuinely mind-boggled by how I'm still alive. I used to play on train tracks as a casual sort of thing. We used to put coins on train tracks to make the train run over them and get like the really flat coin. That was really, really fun. We used to try and build a bridge out of sticks between one tree and another tree across the top of train tracks. I was a hazard of a child. A hazard. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. There we go. There's me thinking about all this fucking wild shit I used to do as a kid. Need a PLI to spin fire despite years of experience and no claims, but no. Dodgy Jimmy down the street can just go buy some explosives for the park, yep. Fireworks will come under the same rules as excessive noise. Not that anyone will probably pay attention. Nobody does, because how do you prove that somebody set off a firework? Once it's exploded in the air, how do you prove that somebody set off the firework? Do you know what I mean? It's like, this is illegal. That by saying that it's against the law to set off fireworks between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. except on certain occasions. All right. By saying that is a dissuading tactic. Because there is no way that people are going to be able to prove that you are the one that set off the firework. It blew up over there, and you were somewhere in the vicinity.
It's a raid.
You know?
Flee!
Ladies